Welcome to our English language enhancement program. For the past couple of years, most of my students, relatives, friends have been asking a simple question: how to improve English, sir? Is improving English so difficult? Definitely not. There are certain tips, if you follow them, you'll surely one day speak better English, fluent English, you'll speak confidently, you'll speak grammatically correct. Fine. So now let's see certain tips to follow. God has given us 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. So obviously we are supposed to use the ears the most. You cannot be a good speaker unless and until you're a good listener. So develop the habit of listening. Listen as much as possible. Listen to good music, listen to news, listen to your friends. The more you listen, the more you will be able to speak better. Fine. Now let's take some points now. Surround yourself in English. Try to be in contact with English as much as possible. People, TV, radio, internet, etc. Now, when I say surround with these things means what? Make friends with those who speak better English. Try to converse with them in English. See to that when you go wrong, they correct you. And if they correct you, take it in a positive spirit. It's better to have friends who are going to correct you rather than those who are going to flatter you. The next part is TV. TV, internet, this is the best opportunity that you can have. TV, internet, if you use it judiciously, it is definitely going to help you to improve your English. Now let's come to television. There are many programs on television which will help you to improve your English. When you are watching television, when you are watching movies, when you are watching shows on the internet or television, as far as possible, see to that you keep your subtitles on. When you are reading the subtitles along with watching, definitely you can improve your English. When you listen, you can develop your pronunciation, you can develop your tone, you get to know where to give emphasis, you get to know where to take a pause. Fine. At the same time, when you are reading the subtitles, you can also remember the spellings. This is what the most important part that you can do. The other advantage of watching internet, you can watch as many YouTube videos as you want. Do not forget to watch ours as well. So watch YouTube videos, you can rewind them, go back, see them often. Wherever you feel you haven't understood anything, you can pause, you can refer a dictionary, you can refer Google, and then you can proceed. While you are driving, if you're stuck up in traffic, stop listening to songs. Sometimes it's fine, but then most of the times, if it's possible, listen to English news. Fine? Let's go to the next point now. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you make mistakes, the more you will be better. The more you make mistakes, the more your friends will correct you. And the more they will correct you, the more you will be confident. Mistakes are part of the learning process. Speak and write without worrying about them. The next point is organize your learning so that you have some time to study and practice every day. Organize your learning so that you have some time to study and practice every day. Keep certain hours for reading, keep certain hours for listening, keep certain hours for watching, and obviously keep certain hours for writing. Now let's see the difference between listening and hearing. What do you mean by listen and hear? When you hear, Most of the times when you sit in front of the television, you have your lunch, rather you're having your lunch. While having your lunch, you just go on channel surfing. Just things fall on your ears. What you're doing is you're just hearing. You're not giving importance to that. The brain isn't involved. When the brain isn't involved, it isn't listening. It is just hearing. It falls on deaf ears. So develop the habit of listening. When I say listening, give importance to every word that is spoken. Give importance to every word that is pronounced properly. Give importance to the meaning of every word. Fine. If you follow this, definitely your English is bound to improve. Keep time for reading, as I said. When you read, refer a dictionary, refer a thesaurus. Nowadays, everything is available on the Google. While reading, if you come across a particular word whose meaning you are not aware, you can immediately refer a thesaurus or a dictionary. You can get to know the pronunciation of the word, you get to know the meaning of the word, you get to know the way it is used. Fine? So read as much as possible. Second, read as loud as possible. The louder you read, the better you understand the word. You can also record when you are saying something. The best thing to do is, most of the orators or public speakers, including me, what we do in the beginning years, we used to stand in front of the mirror. We did not have video recorders that time. We used to stand in front of the mirror, observe, and then practice. By God's grace, nowadays we have smartphones. You can use your smartphones whenever you feel. You can record it. You can record audio. You can record video, and then later on you can go through it again and again and try to analyze. Try to analyze your speech. Try to analyze every spoken word. The next part is writing. If you wish to communicate through mails, if you have to write lot many things, so obviously the spellings are important. In spoken part, spellings aren't important, but in written part, spellings are important. You have to give importance to your spellings. Next part is, we studied what is listening, how to develop your listening skills. We studied how to develop your reading skills. We studied how to write. Now, when it comes to writing, reading, your grammar has to be good. You can develop your grammar by referring various apps. अब तो ये इंटरनेट का ज़माना है. You can use as many apps as possible. These are interactive apps where you get to know where you go wrong immediately. There are apps which have quizzes. Solve those quizzes. Immediately, if the quiz is over, you get to know how to check your answer. Fine. Immediately you get a feedback, you get answers for that, and you can develop your language. So use apps. At the same time, you can also use certain apps which help you to improve your grammar. There are certain grammar books which are available as PDF files. You can definitely use these books like Renan Martin, Raymond Murphy, etc. Practice the 4 basic skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. They are all necessary to improve your English. Keep a notebook for the new vocabulary. Write down the meaning, translation, examples, and even pronunciation. So when you come across certain words, jot them down. And the words that you have written, understand them properly and use them quite often. Do not hesitate to use the words, but keep this in mind. Unless and until you know the meaning of the words properly, perfectly, do not dare to use them. Otherwise, you may land in trouble. Next, download a dictionary and some language learning applications so that you can use your mobile to continue learning. We have already discussed this part. Make the most of your social networks to learn English. Now let's come to social networks. You have WhatsApp, you have Instagram, fine? You can use WhatsApp most efficiently. In your friend circle, in your relation, you will find that there are many groups which are dedicated to the language improvement. You can join those groups. You can develop the habit of writing certain words, writing certain sentences, text them, send it to those who you think know better English. And if possible, request them, ask them to correct it according to their convenience and send it back to you. The moment you get it with edited version, it becomes easy for you to understand. With people like us who like to correct you whenever you go wrong. Set realistic long-term goals and review them. Now, what do you mean by set realistic goals? I should be able to speak English in weeks' time. If you're going to set this kind of goal, is it possible to achieve this goal within a week's time? Definitely not. There are students you'll find that right from their childhood, they are in English medium schools, but then they can hardly speak better English. Not even 10% of them are able to speak confidently, grammatically correct English. Fine? So if you set goals which are not achievable, you will definitely face frustration. Fine? You will develop an inferiority complex. So it's better set achievable goals. Fine? So let's revise few points. The most important points that we have seen is do not hesitate, do not be scared. Whenever you get opportunity, try to open up, try to speak, try to read, try to write. Fine? Related to listening skills, what did we say? Listen as much as possible. Listen to your friends, listen to your relatives, listen to news, TV shows with subtitles, use interactive apps, use quiz, etc. Reading, read as loud as possible. While reading, use a dictionary. For pronunciation, use Google. Fine. Next part is speaking and writing. Now for speaking and writing, you definitely need to have good command over grammar. So refer grammar books, record wherever you're speaking, listen to it again and again, prepare videos, send them to your friends, ask them to correct you. While you're speaking, you're supposed to give importance to the pronunciation, the tone, the speed. For example, how is speed important? If I'm going to speak in this way, will you be able to understand me? You'll definitely not be able to understand me. And if I'm going to speak this way, will you be able to understand me? Definitely. So you have to be audible enough. You should be neither too loud nor too soft. At the same time, you should be neither too fast nor too slow. You have to give emphasis to particular words. Take pauses wherever possible. Pauses definitely makes your speech better. Fine? The most important part is be confident. Now there's a thin line between confidence and overconfidence. Do not be overconfident. Do not cross the line. Fine? But at the same time, do not lose hope. Do not have inferiority complex as mentioned earlier. So make the most out of every opportunity that comes your way. Fine. Now when it comes to writing, we saw your spellings have to be perfect. The punctuations have to be perfect. Punctuations make a lot of difference when you write something. So develop the habit. So friends, hopefully after watching this video, after listening to me properly, I'm sure you'll definitely practice, because practice makes man perfect. But then the most important part is perfect practice makes man perfect. If your practice is perfect, you'll be perfect. But then if your practice is not perfect, if it is imperfect, then obviously you will develop perfection in the imperfection part. Where there's a will, there's a way. Every cloud has a silver lining. I repeat, every cloud has a silver lining. So do not lose hope. Be optimistic. If you like the video, please do share it, subscribe, comment, so that it encourages us to come out with more knowledgeable videos in future. Thank you.